Chicken adobo is the ultimate Filipino comfort food. Just a few simple ingredients and an instant pot make this quick and easy dish that's sure to please. I'll teach you how, so stick around. Aloha mai kako, my name is Relle and welcome to my kitchen where I like to share all my favorite Hawaiian and local recipes. And today I've got a good one for you. It's Instant Pot Chicken Adobo. Now, adobo is Filipino, right? Not Hawaiian. However, here in Hawaii, local food is such a blend of all kinds of different cultures and cuisines that came here, especially during the plantation days. So to work on the pineapple and sugarcane fields, Filipinos play a big role in the cuisine that we have today, and adobo is a perfect comfort food. This is chicken adobo. If you want the recipe for pork adobo, I have that, and you can click the card up here and watch that one. But let's get started. So this is a 6-quart Instant Pot. You probably could make it in the 8, and you know what? You probably have enough space in the 3 as well. But I have a 6-quart. I'll link the one that I have in the description box below, and you can check it out. So you set it to saute, and you're gonna use your cooking oil of choice. This is avocado oil. You totally can use vegetable canola. Up to you. I'm not here to tell you what kind of oil, but you're gonna put that into the bottom of the pan. Tablespoon or so. And then you're gonna wanna use chicken legs, thighs, drumsticks, totally up to you. These ones are kind of bigger cut. Sent my husband to the store. Now, I feel like this is such a, I haven't said it in a while, but it's always, I sent my husband to the store to pick up the ingredients and it always comes back as either more than what I asked for or something different. These ones are a little bit big, which is fine. Don't worry about it. Oil is in, and we're gonna brown the chicken. So just gonna go ahead and put those in. You'll probably have enough space for all of these. Oh yeah, just enough. Perfect. So you'll let that brown up, and while that's browning, we'll cut up some of the ingredients that we'll be using. So we'll need half an onion or so. Probably won't use all of it. This is kind of a big onion. I like sweet Maui onions. If you can get those, awesome. If not, any white or round onion or whatever will be fine. Peel off the outside papery layer, 1 or 2 or so of those. Just keep an eye on those. I've showed you my trick for dicing up onions before, but I will show you again. Cut the top off. So what you're gonna do is hold the onion and you're gonna cut horizontally this way. You're gonna stop before the root. Keep the root intact because that's what keeps the onion, holds the onion together. So a couple of layers like this. You'll turn the onion to face you this way, and then you're gonna cut this way. It'll fray a little, don't worry about it. The thinner you slice it, the thinner your pieces will be. So if it's something like, and in this, it doesn't have to be super thin. Don't worry about it because it's gonna cook down pretty well anyway. And then you can take out the big chunks if you want. You turn it back this way and then you'll cut it this way. So I like to kind of hold the edges like this so it doesn't fray, and then you'll just cut down this way. And you'll have diced onions. And I thought I was gonna get away without my eyes watering, but not happening. Don't look at my eyes. If you have a great tip or trick to not cry with onions, feel free to let me know. I've tried a lot of them. None are tried. I don't know which ones are great. All right, chickens are going. My eyes are watering, and I can't even see. Don't worry if it's stuck. So it can go a little bit more. So we'll move the onions out of the way. Now garlic press. I'll link the one in the description box below. I like to use this. It's so much easier than chopping garlic. I did a batch of garlic earlier. So anyway, what you'll do is you'll put the piece of garlic in, and all you have to do is squeeze it like this. That was a really big garlic, and I'm trying to put it into a small thing. So that's part of the problem. You could just put it into a big bowl. It's a lot easier. But it's so much quicker than dicing it. And when you dice it, you don't always get super fine pieces. Any of the chunks that flip out, you can just toss it back in like that and go one more time. So onions, backside of the knife, voila. Did I say onions? Garlic. I don't even know what I said. Oh my gosh, what a day. Okay, we usually record a couple of videos, that's why. This is my last video of the day. But anyway, got some garlic, onions. Okay, chicken. We'll go ahead and flip it over and brown it on the other side. And browning it just helps lock in some of that flavor. It's gonna be like fall off the bone tender anyway when it's done, so don't mind if it's like not super pretty. That was a little bit of an effort. Okay, let these brown. We'll be right back. I'll show you the perfect adobo sauce to go with this. All right, now the chicken has browned on the other side. I'll probably only actually need half of the onions, so we'll add the onions. That was a pretty big onion, that's why. The garlic, and kind of give that a stir. Part of it is getting the chicken to unstick from the bottom. And don't worry about all the browning and the stuff that sticks on the bottom. That is flavor right there, so don't worry about it. And then the adobo. Shoyu. Shoyu is Japanese style soy sauce. You can find this in the Asian aisle at any grocery store, especially in Hawaii. In the mainland, if you can't find it, check your Asian markets or Amazon. And then vinegar. I like to use regular white distilled vinegar. You can use apple cider vinegar if you want. Now, I like my adobo not as vinegary, if that's a great way to describe it. If you like it more vinegary, I don't even know if that's a word. If you like it more vinegary, you can add a little bit more, but I like it a little bit on the more tame side. Then some black peppercorns. They look like this. You can get these in the spice aisle. And I'll just toss them in whole like this. So that goes in with this. And then of course you need a couple of bay leaves. You can get that in the spice aisle as well. And that just gets tossed in. And then all you have to do is give it a little stir. I try and knock the bay leaves and the rest of the peppercorns into the adobo sauce as best I can. And then I try to make sure it's in a single layer, the chicken. And then what you're gonna do is put the lid on. So Instant Pot has been one of my favorite kitchen top, countertop, oh my God. The Instant Pot is one of my favorite countertop appliances. It makes things that normally take, a while to cook. It cooks it down a lot faster, and I feel a lot more comfortable and safer using this than the old school pressure cookers on the stove, because this one is more controlled. So you'll set the knob to sealing. This is an older model of the Instant Pot. I know some of the newer models, the wording is a little bit different. The front might look a little different. As you can see, this one is well loved. But anywho, set it to sealing. It was on saute, so you're gonna press keep warm, cancel to turn off the saute. Then you're gonna put it on manual. It's on high pressure, and you're gonna cook it for 10 minutes. That's all you need. You'll quick release it when it's done. I'll show you the juicy, tender chicken adobo once it's finished. Stick around. All right, the chicken has finished cooking manual high pressure. So what you're gonna do is move this knob from sealing to venting. Steam's gonna come out, be careful. It'll take a minute or so. If you have the smaller pot and the liquid fills it up more, just be careful, because sometimes the liquid will bubble up if the pot is really full, but this one's not even close, so it'll be fine. The noise will start to come down and you'll notice the steam. It's very, very hot, be careful. So that, I like to serve mine here in Hawaii, rice. Can't go wrong with sticky white rice. As a kid growing up, eat rice with everything, meat, rice, totally. Mac salad goes great with this as well. So as you can see, the pin now dropped, so we're all good on that. There's this pin. That's the pin that helps lock it in place. So once that locks and drops, that's the Instant Pot sound. Let's try it again. I think I'd say that's pretty iconic at this point. Open away so the steam goes out. Put that. So this piece right here, for those of you that don't know, can hold your lid here. It's so awesome, but cuts off my camera view, so I will move it out of the way. Now, what you can do is set the Instant Pot. So after you do it, you press keep warm, cancel, and click saute. And then you can let it sit in here for a little bit until the sauce thickens up. So it's more like, not like a gravy, but thicker than it's this liquid form right here. So let's let it run a little bit, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done, and we'll try it out. The chicken has cooked down a little, not the chicken, the sauce. It's thickened up a little. If you like it super thick and stuff, you can let it cook down even longer if you want. You can add some cornstarch and water if you like it really thick, but this is good enough for me. So, like I said, serve it with some sticky white rice, and you've got yourself a comfort food dish, Super easy, packed with flavor, and oh, so good. If you like this dish and you want to see other quick and easy dinner recipes, then check out this video here. And until next time, hui ho!
Thank you for watching my mommy's video.